defense that really stepped up against Jared Goff. Like I
Yeah.
mentioned last week, I said if you pressure Jared Goff, you're gonna get some turnovers off him, either fumbles or interception. What happened? That same thing. And who's the coach? Brian Flores. Welcome back to another brand new episode of E on the Mic, episode 4. I am your host, E, aka Ethan. I have a special guest today. You might have known him from the Ethan and Mike for episode 28. He's a good man. He's a Dolphins fan. Die hard. He's a funny man. Let me introduce you to Douglas Smith, aka Doug. How you doing, Doug?
All right. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? It's the Touchdown with Doug Smith. How's everybody doing? Very happy to be back on the show, Ethan, man. And before, like you said, it was Ethan and Mike sports show. So, man, we just had a good friendship, man, and I'm very, very happy to be here today.
Yeah, man. I'm very glad you're here, man. It's a great start for episode 4 for Douglas. So let me just jump right in. I know I just want to talk about your channel, man. The Touchdown with Doug Smith. It's been progressing. I know you don't do too much social media besides like on Facebook. You go really hard on Facebook.
Yeah.
But the YouTube, man, it's been growing. It's already been 500, man. I'm proud of you, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, last time I was on the show, man, I was probably at like 115, 100. Now we're at 540, man, and it's I mean, for those who don't, who never podcast before, it's not easy. Number one, putting yourself out there to the world, but then you got the recording, then you got the editing. So even if you shoot like a 20, 30-minute episode, you could be editing for the next hour and a half. Then you got to create a thumbnail. Thumbnail got to be fire. Then you got to market it. So just for a 20, 30-minute thing, it could take like 4 to 5 hours, and it's not easy, man. So people always have a lot of stuff to say, things they would never say in your face. But man, honestly, man, I love podcasting, man. I love bringing, great quality stuff to the world. You know what I mean? It's something I have fun, whether I make money from this one day or I don't. And it's just something I have on my library, on the resume. I love doing this, man. I love talking sports. It's just been it's been a little bit of evolution finding myself too, because I started out doing podcasting mixed with sketch comedy. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna make my show funny, kind of funny, I guess. So that's what people tell me. I don't know. But yeah, I do that, and then also I have NFL players. So we've had a total of 5 NFL players. We've had Grey Cup champions. That's the CFL.
Smith.
We had I've had a college national from the Texas Longhorns back when Vince Young played. I had a guy who played on that team to when Notre Dame won in I think '91 national championship. I've also as well, I've had people who won Super Bowls as well too, or even played in a Super Bowl. I had LeVon Kirkland on the show. So man, it's not easy tracking some of these guys down. So some people, they flake on you. Some people go, yeah, what's up? They show up on time. So it's fun, man. I love podcasting, man. It's something I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, podcasting for me, really, it's enjoyable. It's like you meet different people that you never thought you'd probably meet in your life, and you have a great bonding with them, whether it's sports, music, whichever. It's a great bonding, especially with me and Doug. When I first started talking to Doug, I remember it was like, this dude's funny as hell. I gotta get him on my show. I gotta get him on my show with my former coach Mike. I was like, this man need to come on my show. This man gonna light up the fun fact, actually. Well, one of my people named Janae, shout out to Janae there. She really liked this episode, episode 28.
Yeah.
You really enjoyed that. You were hilarious on that show.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Hey, shout out to Janae, man. What's up?
She said that was a good episode right there alone, just from the environment, how it went,
Gotta keep it funky, man. It's the only way to do it.
You always bring the environment. I always bring the environment and make it collab great. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You got to, man. There's so much sadness in the world, man. We got from a crazy election, politics to can't say this word on the internet, but the big Rona, as I call it. You got that going on, so it's a lot of sadness, a lot of things to be sad, man. So, man, I think my keys to happiness, man, is just God, specifically Jesus, family, and, man, I stay out in nature. I'm a beach bum, man. I'll be on the beach with my dad bod, Cocoa Beach. Central Florida, turn it up, man.
Like going to the Bahamas, just enjoying yourself with a
Man.
margarita in his hand. Like, all right, I'm living life.
I say everybody. One thing that this whole epidemic has taught me, man, is just take time for yourself to hey, unwind. I like to go on walks, and there's this river here in Orlando where they got like gators and like 4-foot birds. I think they call them blue herons and stuff like that. And I go to the beach, and sometimes I just look out in the ocean, just looking, just like, man, it's just endless water. I don't know, man. I love nature, man. So going out there,
especially since you moved just from Texas to Florida now, and you went on that road trip to Louisiana. Yeah, I think you showed me some gumbo right there. That one, then on our conversations, you showed that gumbo. I know that was from Louisiana. I had to be from Louisiana.
Yeah, it was. I was in Baton Rouge. That was a ratchet city, but the food was great. Yeah, man, it was awesome, man. But no, Louisiana was cool. It's a lot of swamp. It's more swamp probably than Florida, man. I was like, wow. And then Alabama, Mississippi. I mean, shoot, right through there, nothing to see there. And then I got to Florida, and it was all good again. So yeah,
it's like my familiarity in Florida.
Mi casa, eh?
Mi casa, tu casa, chico.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
About some Dolphins, man. Let's get into it. So Tua's debut on Sunday against the Rams, he did okay, especially the rookie. He's a rookie quarterback. Everyone was bashing him. He got a good 95 or 103 yards in that game, but it wasn't about the offense really. It was about the defense that really stepped up against Jared Goff. Like I mentioned last week, I said if you pressure Jared Goff, you're gonna get some turnovers off him, either fumbles or interception. What happened? That same thing. And who was the coach? Brian Flores. Flores coach was playing against Jared Goff in that Super Bowl. So if you really think about it, that's why it was a good upset pick right there.
Oh yeah.
But, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I was saying, people forget, Wade Phillips, one of the greatest defensive minds in NFL history. He coached against Brian Flores and Patriots defense. And, that was a low scoring Super Bowl, but defensively, it was really, really fun to watch, man. So, for, Brian Flores to go out there again, that's why everybody's like, oh, yeah, John's going to kill Tua. Like, it's like they want him to get hurt. They're rooting against him, man. So anything good that happens to Miami, man, I just look at the media as a laughing joke. ESPN, First Take, all these different shows, man. Yes. Lame.
Yeah, like, especially, like, with Tua in the beginning, like, Aaron Donald did get to Tua with that strip sack fumble, but that was the only time. After that, you didn't really hear Donald unless you heard that Malcolm Perry play when they tried to do that triple option play, and that didn't work out, or Wildcat in the NFL. That never worked out. But the question really is, do you think Tua is going to be better than against Arizona than how he played against the Rams, since they played conservative too much?
I'm going to say yes. Yeah, you and I were talking about this recently, is that, when it comes to the Miami Dolphins, there was no coincidence that Tua threw the plays that he threw. They wanted to keep it to kind of build his confidence. So, yeah, we're going to see the game open up a little bit. I don't see it being a 400-yard game, maybe 225 to 250 yards perhaps. But, I do see more of definitely an aerial attack, especially since Myles Gaskin is out and stuff like that. So, definitely see Matt Breida getting the rock a little bit more. But, he has, two, Mike Gesicki and Adam Shaheen, I believe his name is. You got great receivers. I mean, I am very, very, very excited. I will say the defensive backs are probably just as good in Arizona as they were with the Rams. You got Budda Baker and a few other guys there. So, but yeah, definitely seeing it open up. I feel like game one was just a confidence booster, if anything.
That's what I really think about too. I think it was just more confidence. I think because it was weird how they had them for 2 weeks because they had the bye week and then the week to prepare for the Rams. And I was like, just to go up there to get 103 yards is like, that's really conservative. And just let the kid go. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. It's not like he's perfect. We wish everybody was perfect. Like, I know Herbert right now is doing pretty good. I don't know what happened. I know Tyrod Taylor got that. If it wasn't for that puncture in that lung, we would never see Herbert. If you really think about it, for Tyrod Taylor,
I'm a conspiracy theorist, man. I don't know, man.
Like, I don't know. Like, that's weird how that doctor missed and it actually punctured his lung. So that was really skeptical. But that's another story to talk about. But Tua really, I think he's shown some signs. That touchdown pass to Parker, that was accuracy right there. Like the
Yeah.
chances of that happening to get that accuracy right there with the defender holding him with a penalty,
Mhm.
I think it's like a 5 or 10% catching that, you know.
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah, absolutely, man. It's gonna be one of those things. This will be an adjustment period, obviously, and I feel like we're gonna see an adjustment period for the next couple of games. Because now it's like okay, everybody was step into the beat of Fitzpatrick. Now it's like okay, similar offense. Trying to have the O line kind of move a little bit where Tua goes on certain plays and whatnot, right? But it's gonna be exciting, man. Some people weren't used to the accuracy, right? So we had more drop passes than usual, right? Because I think he only had he's 12 for 24.
yeah,
Sometimes he threw the ball. So, but I am very, very, very excited to take a C2 and start this game. I feel like there's still going to be some errors, but as long as you're not turning over the ball, the defense performs. I see us getting another dub, but we do have to move the ball a lot more. It can't just be the defense. Oh, we're going to wait for the defense to score a bunch of times because Kyler Murray is a much more significantly better quarterback than Jared Goff. Ever since that Super Bowl, Jared Goff really hasn't been playing the same. If you ask me, so kind of complacent. He's getting paid, he's doing his thing, and it's just one of those things where I think Miami. I think they win, but I think it's a close game. I think it's 35-28 Miami with the dub.
wow. Let me go back to Goff. I'll make my prediction soon. Let me just rewind a little bit. So Goff right now, he's been doing pretty good this season. Now he shows some flashes. He shows some what he just saw on the Sunday. If you pressure him, as I mentioned, you're gonna get interceptions and fumbles off of him, which it shows. So Jared Goff, he could be good and it could be bad. So it depends. But that NFC West is up in the air, all of them are over 500. So beating Arizona would be pretty good for us if you really think about it, especially our defense. Wilkins getting that interception the other day. That man's a funny dude on our defense.
Love Christian
and
Wilkins.
on offense. Man, making him like, oh my God. Doing stuff like that. Then you got Andrew Van Ginkel going all the way to touchdown. I thought Woods was gonna catch up to him.
I did too, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this man's gonna get. And then Van Noy almost getting a pick six right there. Yeah. In that score.
Even Eric Rowe had a wide open pick six.
Oh yeah, that was a clear. And Howard almost did get a pick too, but he just dropped it right there. He had it right in his hands and he just dropped it. I think he was just passing it down.
Yeah.
That was so many times. Our defense was playing really good. We got pressure the court, especially that hit 91 Ogu from the OG from the Chiefs, man. That man hit him, laid him out.
Oh, Emmanuel Ogbah. Yeah.
Emmanuel Ogbah. There you go. But that man laid him out, and then that's how Van Ginkel scored that touchdown right there.
Yeah, yeah.
And Roberts, man, 2 times that game. One to Jarrell Henderson. I was like, damn, Henderson was being like a beast, kind of like a little beast mode a little bit against Miami. But with that hit, then caused Jared Goff to fumble with that big hit by Ogbah, man. And then especially and then the other one with Malcolm Brown. Yeesh. Yeah. Those are good hits.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going to be, Dolphins are going to show up. You know what I mean? I will say the thing that I fear is that it's going to come down to us containing Kyler Murray. You know what I mean? Yeah. We haven't played very well this year against mobile quarterbacks. And that's not to say he's not a pocket quarterback, but, man, he uses his legs a lot, right? So we didn't play good against Cam Newton. When we play up against them next time, I see us beating the brakes off the Patriots, right? When we also play the Buffalo Bills next time, I also see us beating them. So it'll be a close one because they're a much better team. But yeah, against, quarterbacks that take a move, we haven't done too well so far, right? And we even barely lost to the Seattle Seahawks, right? So we know we can hang them there with the big dogs. We never had a game where we lost more than one possession. So, we have got to contain Kyler Murray. We got it.
But I had Miami close one by a field goal, 31-28, Doug. It's gonna be a close one. You're gonna see Tua getting 250 yards, going really good. I really see a great game this. So stay tuned for that one. 425 on CBS. Stay tuned. Miami versus Arizona. Kyle Murray versus Tua Tagovailoa. Good luck with that matchup.
Tua about to be, and we're about to see courage out of Tua, man. Just raw courage that we would see.
That's in 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just it's gonna be raw courage that we're about to see from Tua Tagovailoa, man. What's exciting about this is that You never seen him back down from any competition, no matter how tough the defense was. He goes out there and he balls out. You know what I mean? Definitely don't want to see him getting hit so much as he did with the Rams.
Yeah.
But also as well, that D line is nowhere near as good as the Rams D line for Arizona. So we got broken in pretty good. But yeah, we saw he could take a hit. He got back up. Media is still going to find negative things to say, but we're going to continue to rise up and get better from there.
We're going to do Fi's fantasy, actually. So we're going to actually help Doug with his fantasy here. Since he told me a little bit ago he's struggling in this league. So I got a little starters and sits for him, Got a little bit more starters, actually, to help him out.
It's been a rough season so far, man.
Yeah, I heard, man. You got 2 wins, 1 win.
Yeah, I'm a part of 3 leagues. One of them got 2 wins. The other one got 1 win, and the other one got no wins. Mind you, I was relocating cross country, but still, the people I had who was starting was not that good. So,
oh yeah. So let me help you out with the running back. I know you have this guy named McCaffrey. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back, play against the Chiefs. I expect him to do pretty good with his comeback. Now, if you had Mike Davis, take him to the bench or release him early. McCaffrey is going to go off. I really think he's going to go off against the Chiefs. You might say, oh, McCaffrey may not do nothing against the Chiefs. Look at the Broncos. They didn't really do nothing with Melvin Gordon or Phillip Lindsay. And it's like, he's going to do something. I'll tell you. Especially with that. With McCaffrey got right back in, he can catch and he can run. So that will help Douglas for real. Douglas needs that help.
I need it. Yeah,
you just mentioned he had McCaffrey, so it was like, it's a big blow because like everybody else getting injured or just going bye week. Start them up on running backs, man.
Yeah, and this has been an interesting year because for fantasy, because we got the epidemic happening right now, right? So we got some people. They came into contact. They're not starting. You know what I mean? People getting their bye week switched around. And it's just there's a lot of person who's in first place right now may not be there forever.
Yeah. And then let me go switch it back to quarterbacks real quick. I got Big Ben versus the Cowboys. The Steelers, though, against the Cowboys, no question about it. The Cowboys, although they kind of show a little bit of life against Philly because Carson Wentz likes giving people hope at times, especially the Giants or the Cowboys. But that ain't happening today with the Cowboys defense. Big Ben's going to dominate that, especially with Claypool, Juju. They got James Conner, too much. I say Big Ben's a must start. If you have him, start him. I know he's been
hit 450 yards.
I know he's been kind of sluggish for the past 2 weeks. Starting him up, playing the Cowboys, and it's gonna be in Heinz Field, so that's a must start.
Oh man, yeah. I don't see the Cowboys making it past 10 points, and I see the Steelers maybe getting 35, 40 points. It's gonna be a Steel City beat down.
Especially since Andy Dalton is not starting.
Yeah.
With that concussion still. So either you're going to see Cooper Rush or you're going to see Ben DiNucci. Good luck. Don't start Amari Cooper. I'll tell you that much. Don't start Cooper.
Yeah, it's sad, man. The whole situation went over in Dallas, man, because, the young man wanted, Dak Prescott wanted that deal. You know what I mean? Wanted that deal bad. And I can't stand the Cowboys. They're up there with one of the most hated teams. But I have compassion and, I care about people, man. And it's sad what happened, because he wanted his money and then boom. Now his NFL career is in jeopardy if you don't have a healthy comeback, right? So it's going to be one of those things where – and then he's not signed next year, so he's a free agent.
Yeah,
unless they decide. Yeah, and Jerry Jones, either he's being stingy because he doesn't believe in Dak Prescott, or it's a situation where he learned his mistake from Romo. And as much as people say they love it, Romo was so great, he really wasn't that great because he was a defensive player of the year. I mean, he also oftentimes gave the ball to the other team. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree there. Now, speaking of wide receivers, I have a wide receiver that did slump last week, but they're really impressive against the Cardinals. You know who I'm talking about. Tyler Lockett. He's playing against the Bills. I think he will come back. He'll bounce back from last week's slump, and he's going to go off against the Bills. I really see that because you kind of see the pattern where it's like you see Lockett going off and not Metcalf, but then Metcalf goes off. Then Lockett gets off, and then Metcalf goes a little bit down a little bit. But it's like back and forth with Russell Wilson. But I expect Tyler Lockett to actually do something more than what he did last week against the 49ers. Although you should have done more, but I think Lockett's going to be very impressive this Sunday against the Bills.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what's interesting about the Seattle Seahawks, man? For the past couple of years, they have like Lockett. It's relying heavily on Lockett, or maybe like one other person if Lockett is out. But now they got DK Metcalf, possibly the next Megatron, perhaps, right? Then you have Lockett. Then you got your tight ends. And then the O-line is blocking very well. Russell Wilson is on his way to heaven. I mean, I'd be shocked if he isn't the QB1 for Pro Bowl.
I think he deserves that the MVP.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He's playing better than Patrick Mahomes right now. I mean, he's probably the best. Actually, I'll just say it. He is the best quarterback in the league right now. Hands down.
Hands down. No question about that.
Absolutely, man.
And then let's head to tight ends. Let's just help Douglas with his tight end situation here. Logan Thomas. Now, I mentioned Logan Thomas a couple of times on my past fantasy weeks. Logan Thomas, and then especially they're playing against the Giants. I will start him because that game will be always very tight because they're always trying to race for the NFC East. But Logan Thomas with Kyle Allen is very good connection. Even when Dwayne Haskins was a starting quarterback, Logan Thomas, he transitioned from a quarterback to a tight end, and I think he found his home in Washington. If you see this,
yeah,
I think Logan Thomas is going to do good this week. He's going to get at least a touchdown, 70 yards. I'll trust him there. Logan Thomas for tight end.
Thomas, start him.
And then a flex, Cole Beasley against Seattle. Now, I know Cole Beasley didn't do too hot last week against the Pats, which I was very disappointed. That really screwed my fantasy. But we don't talk about that. But this week, Cole Beasley is actually going to do something in Seattle. Seattle has the worst defense, almost like I don't want to say the worst. I say like maybe third to last or fourth to last defense, but there's still legitimacy. But Cole Beasley is going to go. It's going to go off too at the same time.
Yeah.
As well. And I say this is flex because like if you don't have a player that's out or you're scrambling for somebody, Cole Beasley's out there. I don't think a lot of people have picked up Cole Beasley, so I'll pick him up for this week. And then if you want, you can get rid of him the next week.
Help me out, man. Cole Beasley. Go pick him up.
And then let me finish the last two. Defense. Automatically, you just get Steelers right there. That's gimme. That's gimme right there. And surprisingly, I want to surprise this one. Tampa against the Saints. Now, I know the Saints beat Tampa. They blew their behinds off that first game. I don't know. I see a different Tampa defense than what I saw week one. Tampa's defense has picked up the pace, although they almost lost to the Giants, which we don't talk about that refs and all that. You can talk about that to Tyrell on episode 2. but Tampa is legitimate. I think they're gonna do. I will start them too. Although it's kind of risky, I will still start Tampa at the same time.
Absolutely. The thing with Tampa that's interesting, man, is everybody was freaking out. And people have very short memories, and a lot of people claim to have this abundance of football knowledge. But here's the thing. You get a quarterback who's been somewhere else for the last 19, 20 years, okay? You get him with brand new receivers, brand new coach. Epidemic has happened, so you didn't have no preseason, right? So you have all these different things, and people just expect from Brady's the GOAT. He's going to win them all. Let the season play out. Shut your mouth. Watch the game. Let the season play out. You know what I mean? He still just got just got Antonio Brown. You know what I mean? They're living together right now, right? So, there's a humble commode in Tampa Bay. But, yeah, man, Tampa Bay defense is going to be real nice, and then that offense is going to be clicking. It's going to get better as the season goes on, sure.
100%. And then let me finish it off with the kicker, Young-Ho Koo. If you keep dropping, I keep seeing people drop Young-Ho Koo in my leagues. I just pick them up right there. That's easy points right there. Yeah, Young-Ho Koo. It's Atlanta.
Love his name.
You know, Atlanta doesn't score too much touchdowns. They rely on the field goals a lot. And they just fired their head coach. So you already know Matt Ryan. I think might be Matt Ryan's last year in Atlanta. You never know if you really think about it. Matt Ryan with next season with new coach, new manager, and the owner tells them you can do whatever you want. This could be Matt Ryan's last year. You never know. But the kicker though, Young-Ho Koo, must start. That man's been doing awesome. Now let's not talk about when he was the Chargers, but with the Atlanta, he's been doing pretty good. Young-Ho Koo must start.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, their offense is, Matty Ice is looking like Matty melted.
Matty choke.
Matty choke, Matty. Just get him out of there. Yeah, he's so bad we can't even come up with a damn name for him, okay?
He used to be called Matty Ice until that Super Bowl.
Yes. They ain't been the same since.
No.
You know, Patriots, you know, took everything from them that they loved. You know, they had the general, they had the owner, you know, taking and dancing on the field. Ah, yeah! And Tom Brady's like, no, I'm gonna take it slow for him today.
Take it slow. But Doug, I really appreciate you coming on the show, man. It was always a great time, especially the conversations, even on and off the podcast, man. I really appreciate your work. Get a little bit of inspiration of you, trying to get a little bit of you in there from me, you know. But I really appreciate you 100%. And tell everybody where you can get your name from and everything.
Oh, definitely. Well, first and foremost, I'm truly humbled by your words, man. Thank you so much, man. And you inspire me too, man. You know, we both in this together, man. Just grinding out, cranking out classics, man, for the world to see, man. So you keep continuing up the great work, man. And I'm a better man for knowing you, man. Just want to say that, for real. But yeah, Touchdown with Doug Smith, man. Check me out, man. I'm on YouTube. You know, link should be down in the description here too. The Touchdown with Doug Smith. Type that in on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe. Also, as well, you can catch me on Instagram, Touchdown with Doug Smith as well too, along with Facebook. And I'm also on Twitter and TikTok as well too. TikTok, I believe I'm a Touchdown Doug. You go by that on there. But yeah, follow me. I got NFL players, other pro football players coming on my show. So we get bomb interviews. Also, you get great commentary, a little bit of a comedic twist and stuff like that. And also, I have Eon the Mic. He's joined me on there recently. We actually had an episode coming out this week. So
coming soon. So let's see which episode gets out first. I know your episode's gonna get out before mine. So knowing our circumstances, yours is gonna be out first. So.
Sorry, man.
But hey, man, we goes right back to the link to that episode as well.
Hey, sub to his channel before you do mine. That's all I ask.
Okay, no worries. We'll make sure everyone subscribes to you as well when they listen here too. But thank you guys for listening to Eat on the Mic, episode 4. I'm your host E, and I'll see you next time on episode 5. We might even bring on Mike on the mic, so who knows? Until then, see you then.
Peace.